brought to you by Operation Barnabas. My name's Shawn Welsh. I'm your host today, and I'm sitting here with Riley Keys from Kid City, USA, Fernandina Beach.
That is correct.
That is correct. So how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Thank you for having me.
Glad you can make it today. So let's start off first. Tell us a little bit about your service.
Yep. So I joined the Army right after high school. Went in as what I tell everybody, an E1, OU1, but I was able to retire as a what we call an Army First Sergeant or an E8, So I was an artillery guy for all my career. So
okay. So you can't. Do I need to speak louder?
You do not need to speak louder. So far, I can still hear.
All right.
Although it might be going dull every now and then.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so after you come out of the military, what made you decide on getting into buying a franchise?
Well, I didn't decide to buy a franchise immediately. Obviously, when I was in the Army and it was getting that time to get ready to get out, I needed to find something else to do, and I wasn't sure what that was. I got out in 2008, and so the big thing back then was Amazon. Well, it wasn't really big back then. And so I tell everybody I stumbled into management role with Amazon, and I was able to be with them for about 9.5 years. So between Amazon, other fulfillment places I've been, it came to a time where I call it, you get to an age and the pace is still going pretty fast. Right. And so I knew I always wanted to do something where it was my own. And so I decided to get into a franchise. The reason I wanted to be a business owner, but also franchise offers you things that you don't have to do, like software and that type of stuff behind the scenes. So I knew I wanted to get into a franchise, and I thought it was going to be something where transportation, like FedEx contracting or something like that, or UPS. Right. But I stumbled into Kid City, USA, and now I'm a child care owner of a facility. So
that had to be quite the eye-opening change. Going from not only being a first sergeant in the Army, but working in logistics and management,
Yep.
and then now you're working with kids.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Kid City, USA.
Well, so first I'll tell you, I think one of the reasons I got into, I call it early childhood development, because along the years as I was going in through the military and working with Amazon and stuff like that, one of the big things I saw is that, as enlisted guys, we don't do well with education. We typically wait to the last minute. Then it was like, hey, we need to get an education. By then it's too late. I was able to do it while I was in and finally got my bachelor's and my master's. And so same thing when I got into the e-commerce fulfillment world, we had a lot of people that, don't do well with continuing their education. Right. So the biggest thing for me is like, okay, how can I have an impact? And I learned that 95% of the brain, develops within the first 5 years. And so as I was doing my research, I stumbled into this Kid City for sale over in Fernandina Beach. Looked like it would be a good fit. I went to check it out. I said, hey, I still got leadership skills. It'll be a still small group of people. And that's how I stumbled into it. Although, I place, people that can teach in the right classrooms while having an impact on kids. So.
Okay, so is there like a special focus, or is that how are you guys teaching there at Kid City USA?
Yeah, so it's called learning while being kids. We have curriculums. We have a pre-K school within the classroom. The teacher has to be certified to teach in that classroom, and then with the kids up to that age. Right. To include infants as 6 weeks old up to a year. We start by talking to them just like we talk to them direct, like, hey, you should be walking, or do you want some milk? And also reading, because while their brains are developing, we continue to talk to them. And then same way with through the 1s, 2s, 3s, the whole 9 yards, and we teach them while they play. So that's how that works.
That is awesome. And really, I think, at least from my standpoint, what I'm seeing is you took that servant leadership, from being in the first sergeant, training your troops, taking care of them, and then you have found a way to now give back and continue to do that type of mission from the very youngest part to really set them up for success. I absolutely love what you're doing.
Yep, that's exactly right. And the other thing I found out is that, there's not too many men in child care development. And I found it kind of important that I'm there because now there's a lot of single parents that come there.
Okay.
A lot of children who don't have a father figure or the male figure. So that also helps a lot too. When kids are probably not being their best, they can come see me. I talk to them and help them get along their way so that we can correct these behaviors prior to they get into the other schools and stuff like that the rest of their lives. So
adding that positive male role model into the equation, using those disciplines you learned in the service, having a veteran do it. Absolutely love what you're doing.
Right.
That
exactly
is fantastic. Right. Love what you're doing for the community. Love what you're doing for this new generation coming up. And we'll hook you up with some of the earlier guests. You can take them from there and then get them into the program to join the military as well. We'll take care of the whole thing.
That's right.
That's outstanding. Well, Riley, I want to thank you for coming today. Love what you're doing with Kid City USA. Wish you the best of luck and continue doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you have me, and I keep doing what I'm doing. I love it. So thank
Absolutely. You. Great. Thank you for checking out 5 Minute Salute, brought to you by Operation Barnabas. Please check us out next time.
My name is Helena Pugh. I am the founder of Zahara Veterans Network. So I started Zahara Veterans Network because as I transitioned out of the military in 2012, I was encountering so many challenges with my transition, and I realized that there really wasn't an organization that spoke definitively to the issues that impacted women veterans, but also I encountered other male veterans who were having very similar issues to which there really wasn't an answer. So I started the organization so that I can provide information for other veterans, but also put us on the path to start providing those services that weren't being offered.